If I was going to die tomorrow, I would say, hurry up and get me a party together. I'm Nancy St. Jar, and I am the Big Old Dyke. I believe I knew I liked women when I was 0. I'd never not. I just don't remember not liking women. And then when I found the gay bar when I was 13, I started going there, and then I started drinking and partying too much then, you know, like and stuff like that. And because I wanted to be around people that I knew that you know, were like-minded. You didn't tell anybody, you didn't want anybody to know. Even though a lot of people knew, because the Mona Lisa was targeted a lot. Like when I was there one time, a lot of times, but one particular time, all I remember is somebody saying, "Get down!" And somebody pushed me down underneath the table. And everybody ducked because people would throw rocks through the window and shoot as they're going by. Shoot off rifles. Break the window. So eventually, they had to brick up both the windows because they were constantly replacing them. But at least it was someplace for us to go. It was worth the danger of just being with like-minded people. So. When I started in the band, I was, I think 18 or 19. We were playing in Drumheller, and we wanted to make some money, some extra money. So somehow the band leader Sam, somebody got a hold of him and asked him if we would go and do the Drumheller Pen, the maximum security prison for men, for one night for a show, because the prisoner committee wanted us to come down. So we had to go through all the security, and we went out in there, and it was really neat. But there was one point there when I was singing, and I always wore a corset type thing, but I always wore a jacket over it because just body image problems. I want to cover where I want to cover, right? And so the guys started going, "Take it off, take it off." And here I am talking to a bunch of probably killers and stuff, telling them, explaining to them psychologically that I have this body image problem. They weren't taking it, they were listening at all, right? And I said, "Okay, I'll do it." So anyway, I said, only if Mark plays the stripper beat there, right? So he did the stripper beat, and I'm walking across the stage doing the taking off the jacket thing, doing the whole thing. So I get to the back, and when we had a break, and then one of the guards came up to me and said, "Don't ever do that again." I was in big trouble. Anything that's good for me, I sometimes think is stupid, but then again, I can be on the stupid side at times. Stupid side just means to me that I just stop thinking, but I push on, come hell or high water. When I hurt my back, I was at work, and I grabbed the rug around my arms like this, and we were supposed to be ripping it back because there was a flood in there. I'm going at a really fast clip backwards like this because you got to push hard because it's all stuck to the floor, and then it stopped dead, and my arm stayed here, and my whole bottom half of my body went this way, and I knew something was wrong. I couldn't move my foot, I couldn't move my leg. If I could, I would go back to work cleaning in a second, but the problem is I can't make that commitment and last more than 3 days or 3 hours, depending on what kind of day it is for my back. So. But yeah, it was a real loss losing the ability to do heavy work. So. Oh, I love busking. Busking's like having mini audiences all the time. Sometimes I'll be out there for 4 hours and I can make $14. Sometimes I can be out there for an hour and I can make $10. And the reason why I busk is, well, for that reason, because I love having the mini audience, and I love singing anywhere, anytime, any place. But the most reason that drives me is either hunger, or I need a cigarette, or I need cat food. So you make a few little bucks there, and you get practicing at the same time. Like, I would never do that. I couldn't do that, like the whole children and picket fence, and I've never been interested in that. I think I was interested in children when I was younger, but, you know, didn't really put a lot of effort into it. Just doing your own thing is really nice. I mean, I have so much freedom. I do exactly what I want when I want, and that's what I choose to do. My niece Sarah, she says, I guess she was about 4 years old. She says, Auntie Nancy, are you going to be one of those ladies that sit in the window with 12, what did she say? Not 12, she said a really high number, like 22 cats or something like that, watching people out the window. No. Don't look at my cats. Menopause is like being on constant meth, because everything's always bright and loud. What I mean by partying is is music, right? It's centered around the music, like just sitting here having a couple people over. And, you know, next thing you know, you're having a couple of brew, the guitars come out, people start jamming. And at 50 years old, oh, I guess if I ever stop thinking about partying and having fun and just, you know, music and singing and stuff like that, well, I'll probably be dead by then. Take 83. I am Nancy St. John, and I am a big old dyke. I'm a big old dyke, that's what I am. A big old dyke who loves to jam. Yes, I've grown weary deep down inside. This big old dyke got nothing to hide. Well, I like girls, and I was a girl. Now I'm a woman, and I like women. I want one to be sitting next to me, looking in my eyes romantically. So call me strange, call me a lesbian, I'm not bothered. Go drive yourself crazy, living under a thumb. Well, it just ain't right. So go ahead, call me a big old dyke, 'cause I'm a big old dyke, that's what I am. A big old dyke who loves to jam. Yes, I've grown weary deep down inside. Well, this big old dyke got nothing to hide. No, this big old dyke